Good morning, Enimwa. Good morning, Raymond.
Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
I am blessed. How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
Some of us are fine.
We're awesome.
So which one of us are fine?
Me, I am fine.
You can't speak for the rest of us.
Yes, but who am I?
That you are mindful of me.
Hey.
Let's do the front page show.
Okay, I'll start with a new crusading guide. Freeze PDS accounts. Financial Intelligence Center instructs banks. NPP Echo Ewusi under fire. Bulldog partners ATIGS to woo investors to the entertainment sector. And we never accused Akufo-Addo. That's according to Amasaman MPP executive.
Now, the Daily Statesman is actually countering the story on the directive from the Financial Intelligence Center.
Okay.
Finance Ministry, the big institution now, take steps to unfreeze PDS accounts, and that's on the front page of the paper with Bawumia launches Gibbs dual card backbend for Mahama campaign manager. That's a question being asked on the front page of the Daily Statesman too, and NPP is poised to take Nadoli Kalio. So immediately Babin steps off, the NPP says we are taking it for ourselves.
That's on the front page.
Yeah, that's on the front page of the Statesman now.
All right, on the front page of the Daily Guide, Takoradi girls kidnappers, serial killers. That's the question the Daily Guide is asking this morning. Workers to be paid electronically. NDC Ghana card propaganda exposed. NAM1 to meet men's gold management, and 5 Chinese killers grabbed.
Now, the Chronicle is reporting this morning civilian employee of Airborne Force remanded over killing of policewoman, and this is still in connection with the policeman who died somewhere in the northern region. Remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, the one that the police swiftly responded to,
That
and
the
have
IGP
gotten to the
himself
bottom of the matter.
They've gotten to the bottom of it.
Yes, virtually. So
Record time.
Yeah, they do so on their own. We have seen that happen consistently.
Next front page.
Anyway.
All right. Are you done, Raymond?
Yes, please.
Okay, finally from me on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Government direct salaries through eSwitch to eliminate ghost names. KNUST students win presidential pitch contest. Establishing Takoradi missing girls' identity. Well, 2 families have agreed to take the DNA test. On the back page of the Daily Graphic, the Ministry of Agriculture imports improved sheep breed to boost livestock farming.
The Ghanaian Times is reporting this morning that families of 44 Ghanaians killed in Gambia demand compensation, and that's on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Also, bizarre chief murdered at Osinase. This is in the eastern region, and Northern Regional Minister is rapping his MMDCs over failure to attend sanitation meeting, and that's on the front page of the Ghanaian Times too.
Enima, what's the latest on the Takoradi girls?
Okay, well, gosh, it's such an emotional story. But anyway, forensic scientists will be in Takoradi today to take samples from the family. So 2 of the families have agreed to give those DNA samples. You know, over the weekend, they had said that they were not willing to cooperate. They have agreed to cooperate. The Graphic is reporting that the first set of skeletons has been put together at the police hospital, and they're waiting for the DNA samples from the family so that they can begin to investigate or to try and see who those skeletons belong to. Sorry. Then there's a second suspect in this case, one Chika, who is still in Nigeria. The CID also spoke about that. They said that he would be extradited to Ghana. So we're waiting for that. Apparently, he may have some information that will help. So that's in terms of the DNA samples and all of that.
And
however,
yes.
So there's a fourth set, and apparently this set of skeleton and skull was in a separate tank, and so it is intact. So they have not needed to put anything together. We're suspecting, or it's being reported that possibly this 4th body may be the 4th missing girl, Ruth Abaka. She's 19. She disappeared July 29th, 2018, and her grandfather, Mr. Emmanuel Anza, has been speaking. He said she went to church and she didn't come back. He also said that in the time when there was so much media hype about the 3 girls, he had gone to the police and he had asked them that they should please add Ruth to these 3 missing girls so that, she can also get some publicity in case anybody knew where they went. They refused to do that. They refused to do that up until now. And this is what the Daily Graphic is reporting, that up until now. So we're kind of now hearing the details concerning her case as well. All the details are in the Daily Graphic about how the kidnappers went back and forth with the grandfather trying to get some money from 20 20,000 to 30,000 Ghana cedis. They sent some money, and there was a woman involved, a one Josephine Dazi. She's the one who the mobile money account was registered to. Then they asked for 200 cedis. They asked for 300 cedis. They kept on calling the family. Even a few months after she had been kidnapped, they still kept on calling the family and asking for money. So Mr. Anza is also asking that we give this story, this aspect of the story, some publicity as well, in case anybody knows where she is.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. Now, yesterday, two people I know in the area of Takoradi very well, Kwaku Supepra and Natalia Kwanzaa, congregated to tell me something about the place that the police found these skeletal systems. They say the place used to be a cemetery or something like that. You should know the place.
I know it's close to an old cemetery.
It's close to an old cemetery. Yeah, because I was wondering the connection with possible
I haven't seen
human
the
remains
home.
and all of that.
Yes, I haven't seen the specific home. I know it's close to an old cemetery. I want to know when these persons died, the four bodies that have been found, if I can call them bodies.
Yeah.
The four assembled remains that have been found. I want to know when they died and what killed them.
Oh yeah.
Because as we know, the kidnappers were contacting the family members as late as December.
Yeah.
And so at that point,
Were they still alive?
And what is Samuel Udotekwil saying?
Okay, so
and the second person who has been captured.
Hopefully, when we finally go through the processes that's required to ensure that we have the identity of the people involved, then we can. Because this is the first week of, right? We still have some 3 weeks to do the first 3. I don't know if the fourth one also joined the 4 weeks that we're talking about in this case, because it's only fair that we determine all of these people there. Maybe it can help us with other issues that we need to be able to deal with in this area. All that the families demand, and of course, we know the family lost hope in the police a long time ago. The police, by their actions, should be able to restore that particular hope because they need them. They need them to cooperate. They need them to also participate. They need them to even accept that indeed these are the family members that we have there. But there's a very terrible incident that's happened in the Eastern region, and this is in connection with the death of a chief. The chief's name is Nana Ofori Dadiakon. He's 68. So a couple of days ago, the chief was stabbed at 6:30 a.m. in the morning in his home. Now, the chief's sister-in-law heard the chief make some noise but could not go to the chief's room. It was later on that they found out that the man is in a pool of blood and all of that. Now, the wife left around 6 o'clock. So in 30 minutes' time, some other person came in, struggled with the chief for some time, and ended up stabbing him several times. So this is what the police account also confirmed, that the incident, as narrated by the sister-in-law of the chief, is the case. In fact, the sister-in-law is named as Frida Esiedu in this report. What comes to mind immediately? First is a list of cold cases. If you trace back 2015 to this particular time, people who carry the title of chiefs or similar titles, 18 different incidents of the same thing that happened. And I'm sure there are major ones that you might be aware of.
From 2015, 18 chiefs have died.
Yes, 18 different reported incidents. Of course, some of them might have happened, and we don't know whether it's been reported or not. You do recall what happened with the Amasaman chief, right? Who was actually, it became a very big issue. Then the Ademan near Pram Pram chief was also shot too. Yes, some of these incidents are also bringing attention to what people consider to be how we let cases, including this Takoradi Girls cases, linger for a very long time. There's no conclusion to the matter. We convert it from being a running case to a cold case along the line, then virtually resign it to the element of making a history, and we never go back to it.
Because
so there are so many unresolved
murders at the beginning of this year.
Brilliant. So it's unclear how, for example, we don't get the police telling us that in the beginning of the year, we had 14 different incidents of this sort. We dealt with 12 of them, concluded. 4 of them are before court. 3 of them, we still are looking for leads and all of that. This will give a lot of people hope in the system that Ghana is not a place for people to commit murder or do whatever they want to do and just live like that. And within the first 3 days, since the police had not been there, had the evidence of the ground been tampered with, has somebody also come in and all of that, because as we know to be our case, people rush in when they hear that people are dead and all of that. It also calls into question the response time. Is it possible that when you hear something of this sort, as we are told in other parts of the world, people can immediately call on the attention of the police, and we expect them to arrive 5, 10, 15, 20. In this state, they maybe ask you to hire a car for them before they bring it to where you are.
That's another story.
In the very element. So we should improve. I hear every time we are buying them cars, we are doing this for them and all of that. It should show on the ground that we are improving the kind of policing that we have in the country.
Anymore, let's move to electronic payments for all government
Yes,
workers.
electronic payments and the saga of ghost names. So, Vice President Dr. Baumia has asked that all government workers be paid through the filter of the eSwitch card. He's saying that if that's done, then all public sector workers who drew their salaries from the consolidated fund must be issued with this card so that there's a final end to the ghost name saga. I'm calling it a saga because if you just do a quick search about ghost names, you come up with so much information. For example, the Ministry of Energy at the end of 2018 saved $2.3 million by removing 1,164 ghost names. 2017, IMF reported that 50,000 ghost names had been removed. April 2018, 26,589 ghost names had been removed, saving us $443 million. The Controller and Accountant General had removed 3,179 ghost names as of last year. And in 2017, the Finance Minister apologized for deleting some ghost names, which weren't actually ghost names.
No, so who did he apologize to?
He apologized to the
or the dead
really.
No, these were teachers, remember?
Yeah.
It became a very big issue. Yeah.
They accused that phone.
Yeah, that's true.
As the where did they do that? There was Science Resource Center.
Yeah.
In secondary, it was not a joke.
And they were verifying the people in this case.
Oh.
And that was supposed to be the last war to end the war against ghost names, because ideally, when you verify the people and clear those who are not supposed to be on the list, every other time, every month, a head teacher or somebody in charge of the school was supposed to certify that Daniel Dazi has been working for the month.
Exactly.
Yes.
This issue of verifying that people are working in Raymond, National Service.
Yeah.
Remember when the National Service Executive Director came, we asked this question. Almost everywhere that people work in this country, there has to. You remember the Zoom Lion story?
Yes.
Where we found that the verification of the workers, and they said that the workers didn't come at the time that they went to do the verification.
The verification, but they exist, but they just weren't present. So yeah, the saga of the ghost workers. Anyway, Vice President is saying that the introduction of this would finally once and for all.
So this one, after this
bring
one,
it
that's
to the
all.
end. Yes.
It's like the IMF program to end all IMF program.
Yes.
Why are you laughing?
Number 16 to end all 16.
Why are you laughing? This what is the.
You suspect that we have 17 soon. Yeah,
Oh,
why do you
I
like
haven't said
saying
anything.
Why do you like sometimes saying these things?
Why do you like putting words in my mouth? Please?
Number 17 in the office.
Okay, let's go to the microwave. I hear the PDS accounts have been put there.
Yes, the Statesman is reporting this morning that there is a letter signed by Deputy Minister for Finance Charles Edubuahin, which says that the Finance Ministry is currently expediting action on the unfreezing of accounts of the power distribution services, and this is to ensure that funds are made available to support the day-to-day operations of the Electricity Company of Ghana. Now, there's an interesting development that happened there. I am given to understand that whilst they said that the assets are still being managed by the PDS and that the front-end payment and all of those other things are supposed to be managed by the ECG, if you go to a typical district office, the director of the district is original district manager is actually a PDS worker. So the other workers have been told that now you work under ECG. So when they go to the office, it's unclear to them who is directing the use of the car.
Yeah.
So the guy who's giving the directive of the car works with a different company, which has been suspended. But the people who are below him, who are supposed to use the car, also work in a different company. So it's unclear whether they are going to the same person to say, can we use the car? Or they on their own can take the decision to use the car. Or they can elect among themselves their own leader to lead the exercise on the ground. That's the kind of confusion that they are seeking to clarify.
But now that the accounts have been unfrozen, it means that at least the workers can be paid at the end of the
No,
month.
they say that they have taken steps.
Oh.
This is the Republic of Ghana. The letter will finally arrive at the necessary institution. The necessary institution will now arrive to the various banks. As you have seen here, the directive from the FIC is now getting to the banks. So by the time the two directives get to the bank, the first one will have to be implemented. The second one will now have to be reviewed and implemented. Oh, it will take virtually the time we will finish unfreezing.
The thing you are saying, guys, giving me headache. I thought the unfreezing is a quick microwave this thing. No, you have to put it down for it to melt.
It requires a lot of action in the first place. You know, after the directive had been announced about the savings and loans and other things and the changes in there, I went into a bank and I saw a very bold letter on the MD's table. That letter was asking that they freeze back account of specific savings and loans company after they announced it 2 weeks later. After they had told everybody that's when the letter had arrived. So clearly, after implementation state of Ghana, it is not as fast as GIVMIS.
Okay, but in Kenya they are implementing some laws that are very strange.
Well, the irony of this story, Daniel, is that yesterday was actually the last day of World Breastfeeding Week. So from Thursday, the 1st of August to yesterday, the 7th of August, the whole world was celebrating the wonder which is breastfeeding. Now, I'm going to quote Winston Churchill when he was Prime Minister of Great Britain. He said there's no finer investment by any community than putting milk into babies. Healthy citizens are the greatest asset any country can have. And that is what Miss Zuleika Al-Hassan was trying to do when she walked into Parliament in Kenya with her 5-month-old baby, who she had to bring because there was a domestic emergency and the Parliament didn't have a creche. So what happened is that the Speaker of the House asked her to leave and that she could return if she was not coming back with the baby. Now, according to House rules, to be fair, strangers are not allowed into the chamber, and this includes children. So, to be fair, that point, we've ticked it. However, in 2017, this very same parliament in Kenya passed a bill compelling employers to construct special rooms where mothers could breastfeed and change their babies. However, Parliament still doesn't have such a facility. And so she was left to go. So in the week, that is World Breastfeeding Week, a woman in Kenya was driven out of Parliament for breastfeeding her child. Wait. Meanwhile, in 2018, we saw the New Zealand Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, who's the first female world leader to take her baby, 3-month-old, I can't pronounce his name, to the United Nations General Assembly in New York, where she was breastfeeding him.
You were in General Assembly?
Yes, please.
For them, they can accept.
Yes, however, they couldn't accept. And like I said, we understand the law that is applying here, which Raymond, I know he can't wait to make that point.
Oh, no, I'm just saying
however, and I have not finished. Don't be like
the
Kenyan Parliament. Let me speak. However, the thing about this story, which is really sad, is that some of her male colleagues were actually shouting and describing her action as shameful. So we totally get the fact that, okay, the House says that this cannot happen. But then to actually accuse this woman or making her feel ashamed of bringing her 5-month-old baby into Parliament so that she could feed it, sustain it, continue to give it life.
It's okay. It's okay.
Of course, there are alternatives to feeding a child at any stage anyway. But this is important. I'm saying that assuming this Ghana's Parliament decided to say that because we wanted to add a crèche to our Parliament, we are building a new chamber.
Really?
No,
yes.
Really? Because
assuming that is what we said we wanted to do.
I'm sure they can change one of their offices. They can convert.
But that is the obsession.
What you don't understand
What you don't understand,
I can't believe you guys.
Is that is the main solution.
I cannot believe you guys.
The main solution
Honestly.
is a new chamber, because in a new chamber we can even have a playground.
But you see, what's happening here is I feel like you guys are actually belittling a concern that is very legitimate when it comes to women, especially in African countries where, for example, the maternity leave is not extended, where conditions are not suitable for flexible working hours, where we're asking women to get more involved in politics and government. So you're asking us to get more involved in politics and government, but you're not setting up the infrastructure that enables us to do that. And then when we talk about it, you actually say that, oh, then perhaps we should build a whole new parliament. Really?
And make room for places that we can get people to
really unbelievable. I am storming out of the studio in indignation.
We all know around this table that we agree with the sentiment, and I did this story on the Midday News yesterday, on Joy News today, that this is an unacceptable story.
Yes, that's why the more reason why we should have a very nice place to make sure that we have the nursery for.
Raymond, Western Region tops list of HIV pregnancy.
Yes, that's according to the Ghana AIDS Commission. Is actually data they released last weekend. That's how serious the situation is. Now, the percentage prevalence in this case is 3.1%. This is followed by other regions in that particular order. But why is this very important? It's important because every other time that we take 2 steps forward, we seem to be taking 4 steps backwards, especially because of how pregnancy-related, HIV infection is, the possibility of transfer from mother to child. If the mother is not mindful of the procedures required to stop that, we should agree invest more in educating mothers to make sure that they do not transfer
The virus
to the child in this case.
children,
And they are technology imbued wonderful systems in place to do. Here in Ghana,
Yeah.
we have been stopping that. We have been increasing numbers. So that's where the problem really is. And of course, the Volta region follows. The Eastern region is also in that particular list. We should put in steps to reduce these numbers.
Thank you very much, Raymond Aqua. The online news review is brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy. Make your day productive by relying on quality fuel from Goyle, your 3-time CIMJ Petroleum Company of the Year. Goyle Super XP and Diesel XP are additivated to enhance strong engine performance and prolong the lifespan of your vehicle. Above all, you are guaranteed extra quality with our fuel analyzer from our mobile laboratory van. Get your money's worth every day by buying fuel and lubricants from any of Goyle's over 360 service stations nationwide and experience good energy. Buy Goyle, Grow Ghana, Goyle, Good Energy, Goyle, Yenara, Yedia. At Zenith Bank, helping you save time is our priority. Enjoy 3 great instant services at any Zenith Bank branch nationwide, as well as at our Ho and Winneba agencies. Number 1, instant issuance of Visa and MasterCard debit and prepaid cards. Number 2, instant replacement of Visa credit cards. Number 3, instant self-generated electronic pins, i.e. e-pins for instantly issued cards. Make the smart choice. Think speed, think Zenith. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Explore the kingdom of gold in unrivaled luxury with our midweek special cash rates as low as 825 Ghana cedis from Sundays to Thursdays. From the 1st of August to the 30th of September, the Oak Plaza Penthouse Suites guarantee comfort for business and leisure travelers. The rates include a light breakfast, complimentary use of our health center. Suites have spaciously, uniquely designed living rooms, well-equipped kitchenettes and cozy bedrooms, and oasis of tranquility, privacy, and timeless luxury. Alrighty, please, those of you who are inviting me to the UG at 70 alumni homecoming weekend, let me just tell you that 2 KNUST students won the presidential pitch in your faces. Alright then, the online news review again on myjoyonline.com. The PDS saga, what we know. You want to read the details there. Missing tardy girls, cut the police some slack. Cost the police some slack. That's according to forensic experts at the University of Cape Coast.
I see. Even before they finish their forensic work
at the University of Cape Coast. Dr. Richmond Afaka. I have said nothing. My mother went to UCC, my sister went to UCC. It's a very good school. BBC.com. Nigerian soldiers free kidnap kingpin from police. That's it for the online news review. We'll be right back.